Hey, good morning, Dr. Bob Flower, and the Monday, October 24th Master Pattern Report. Well, let's see what happened last week with our Master Pattern. We had a direct hit on the silver on the 19th. The move on the silver was 3.51% down. And on the 21st, we had approximately one was a 1.5%, 1.55% move up on the S&P. By the way, in order to properly understand this, if you're fairly new to the Master Pattern, go to our website www.masterpattern.net, and you will see a lot of information there, questions, frequently asked questions. One of the frequently asked questions that isn't on there that we're going to be adding on this week, Janet, is sometimes it appears that you're saying two different things at the same time. And first off, let me apologize for that, but that's not really what's happening. What's happening is that this master pattern algorithm and concept is so new to anybody. I mean, I've talked this through with physicists and high mathematicians, and they can't get their arms around this. So what I'm reading is something that is that there's no precedent for, and I'm trying to interpret it in the best way I can. And sometimes it's like wrestling a boa constrictor who had two heads, one on each end. You know, you get the one head under control, and the other one comes and bites you in the rear. And that's exactly what this master pattern is. You think you've got it, and it runs okay, and then all of a sudden something else comes in, another interpretation comes in that's been there all along, but I didn't recognize it. Okay. So in a lot of respects, this is an experiment that you're participating with me, because there's a lot of stuff I don't really know how to interpret. For instance, this November 8th call that we're making, I'm now under the impression that this may not necessarily be an economic thing. It may have economic implications, but it may be something more drastic in a way of outbreak of a war, a major assassination, or a really tremendous earthquake. I mean, something like really, really huge, something of that sort. I'll try and, as we get closer to that, we have two more shows. I'll try to do my best to clarify that. But of course, it will have economic ramifications. Okay, let me show you a chart. The chart for this week is the S&P, and it'll be up on our website after the show. And basically, what I want you to look here at is a couple of things. You'll see that our cells or circles are calling for moves on the 24th, the 25th, and of course we've been calling on the 27th. So I think this entire week, right into the 27th, is going to see some major moves in the market. We'll see what the 27th actually brings, but it appears that it's moving towards a resolution on the 27th, probably of the European market, and with a move up, maybe another 200-300 points, somewhere around 1260, I would say, and then perhaps at that time a back off or just a holding. Again, we'll know something by next week. Silver. Oh, by the way, if I talk about silver. Here's another chart. When you go to the website, you'll see up on top there are some indicators of the highs and lows and closes for the day. That's where I get my price percentages from and my prices on the various items. So you look for that so you'll understand that I'm not just picking that out of the air, that I have people who are kind of guiding me as to what to say and the accuracy of it, and as well as our program. Okay, and I'm feeling much better about doing this with the website, and hopefully it's clearer for you, and I don't sound like I'm selling snake oil. Just drinking it. Okay, now the silver is in a downtrend here. We think that's going to hold for a while, perhaps till, well, next week. And maybe this event on the 8th may shake us out here and get us moving, because some of the other commodities such as oil are moving up. But oil, if you'll notice, oil kind of moves up when the stock market moves up, because the dealers feel that they can now extract greater amounts of our wealth, right? Politically, I don't know. I don't know that this thing with Libya is going to end up good, especially now with the announcement of Sharia law and being the law of the land there, possibly. This could end up being very, very expensive for us in a number of different ways. Getting the oil. They'll have a big impact on Europe rather than on us. But then again, Europe will have a bigger impact on us. And you'll notice that recently the church is calling for a one world bank and a one world system. Don't vote for it. This is trouble. This is definitely trouble. We being one is fine, but being individual is better. And if we're going to move towards this one world, we're going to move towards this socialistic society, which again, I tend to get all of my doer friends, no matter how much money they're making, but the doers, and move them to the Turks and Caicos. We'll all move over there and live happily ever after. And let the people who don't pay taxes and stuff like that stay here, and we're looking to. There was a quick story about Jack Daniel's whiskey over the weekend, and the manager, they were trying to raise, the county was trying to raise their taxes, and the manager came out with the comment. He says, he says, in days gone by, people would look at successful people and say, gee, how can I be like that? He said, but in current times, people look at them and they say, how can I get their money? And I think that's the big difference in our world today. This has got to change. We've got to maintain that sense of responsibility. Otherwise, we'll see nothing but disaster in days and weeks and months and years to come. And I'm going to repeat again, relative to the economy in general, and worldwide, not only just the United States. If they don't fix the real estate industry, this thing will continue forever. Forever. It's the thing that brought us down. It's the thing that's keeping us down, regardless of what they say, and it's what we need to correct. This is Dr. Bob Flower. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.